if you leave a comment on YouTube and you give a shout out to a restaurant and you mention your favorite dish at that restaurant, you're going to be entered into a draw. We're going to give away, I'm going to say $100. Is $100 good? All right. Hello. Welcome to episode 129 of KT Confidential, the real estate podcast. We are your host. I'm Ariel Cremendi. He's Adrian Trott. Today, we're not really talking about real estate. We're talking about food.
You know, I'm already salivating over here. It's almost lunchtime. This is a bad discussion for this time of day.
Well, let's just start off by saying why we're talking about this. When we were chatting earlier today, and
Were you recording, by the way?
Yeah, we realized that when we started working in Milton, the population was somewhere between 32 and 37,000 people.
So that would have been back in like 2001, 2002, something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember the time, but somewhere around there. For me, I think it was 2004. For you, a little bit earlier. It's 128,000 now.
So the unofficial number?
128,000. No, the official head count. Well, I'm looking for my notes here. Colin Best, the regional counselor, held a session that I sat in on, and he gave the exact number. Currently, it's somewhere around 128,000. Let's just say it's between 120 and 130.
Right.
And the official growth plan is taking it to over 250,000. Milton is going to be bigger than Oakville and Burlington combined. Lots of growth. And with that growth, of course, being in real estate, that's great for us. Lots of homes being purchased, lots of homes being sold, lots of turnover, lots of people in younger demographic that move in, buy a small home, and then need bigger homes subsequently year after year.
More amenities to serve those people. And that's what the town was lacking when we first started. Absolutely. You didn't have choices for much takeout food, and even restaurants. There wasn't a Walmart. There wasn't, there was very limited stuff from all aspects of spending money. Like if you lived in Milton and wanted to spend money in Milton, it was tough to do. You were going to Oakville, Mississauga, surrounding areas. Even just to watch a movie. I don't remember when the theater came in.
Well, there was the theater. There were two theaters preceding that current, whatever it's called, Galaxy. It's not called Galaxy anymore. Anyway, the one on Maple Avenue. I don't remember. There was one on Main Street. There was, years and years ago, there was one on Main Street. Actually, I think the Bergsmas, we'll have to ask Jeff and Sarah. I think their building may have been a theater originally. I can't remember. There was one. There's one building on the south side of Main Street that there was a theater there, and then at one point there was a theater in the Milton Mall. So
really, I didn't know that.
Things you didn't know. Yes, sir.
Literally, yeah.
So,
let's talk about some of these
food. We're talking food because we love to eat.
No, I have not been out,
and people that move to Milton don't really like, if you haven't spent a lot of time in Milton, you're not going to know the restaurants. You don't know what's good, what's not good. And we've been to every place numerous times, so we've tried it all. And if we don't mention a specific restaurant, it's not because it's not good. We're just mentioning the ones that we particularly like. What were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say how often it is that I see a post in the local Milton Talks Facebook page about people saying, where should I go to get a good blank, fill in the blank, a pizza, whatever, burger? People don't know where to go. There's a lot of new people in town.
They don't know where to eat.
Well, if you are watching this on YouTube or listening wherever you listen to your podcasts, there are some great Facebook pages out there for Milton. I think that's one of the great things about Milton is it's still with the growing and large population. There is still a pretty tight knit community within it, and when you're new to town, you really don't know until you become fully immersed in it. But we own a few of them. Hawthorne Village on the Park, Hawthorne South Village. So if you live south of the hospital, south of Dairy Road, those are two go-to Facebook pages. And we also own Milton Watch, which is kind of like a neighborhood watch Facebook page, and then Hawthorne Village Advertising, which is for small businesses. But Milton Talk is probably the biggest Facebook page in Milton. I keep saying pages; they're groups. And Milton Daddies,
they're
other good
well
one.
managed.
Milton Daddies, Milton Mommies, Milton Talk. Those are three very favorited.
And then if you're
Facebook
a dad in
groups.
Milton, dads of Milton, Doms, dads of Milton.
Yes.
Shout out to
Dads of Milton,
James Secondino. Yeah.
So, all right.
Which is nice because as much as the town is growing, these sorts of things keep it a very tight-knit town feel. It's a very community-based.
Well, you get to know people, right? Like I got a call. I was telling you about the gentleman that I was speaking to last week and called me about a business opportunity. And the way that he knew me is through one of the Facebook groups that I'm on, a local Facebook group. And I guess he clicked on my personal profile and then clicked on our link to one of our business pages or something. And he's been watching our YouTube videos now for a while. And he reached out with a couple of questions and a business opportunity that he wanted to chat about. So a lot of networking happens, right? And you meet people. And because Milton is a fairly young demographic, like right now, I don't know what it is, but it was last time I checked about 36 years old.
Back in it was 2000 or 2017 was 34 point something.
Yeah, it's a slightly older now, which makes sense, obviously. Yeah. And with the prices going up, it's attracting a little bit of a different demographic. But generally speaking, you have people from their mid 30s to mid 40s with kids, right? Like that's what Milton has become. And a lot of the services are being geared towards that, not only the town and the region's services, but the type of businesses that open up, right? And a lot of them are catering to that. Like, you look at Adrian and Co. as an example, one of our go-to clothing places. And when Francis opened up several years ago now, I want to say he's probably been there for 5 years, roughly.
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway.
At least, yeah.
More modern style clothing, more appropriate to our demographic. Like, you're still in your late 30s. I'm now 40. We both have young children. We both have spouses that are in their mid 30s. So very, very much geared towards that kind of demographic. And he's done well. And he's built himself a nice little business.
Yes. Well, there's no questioning now that you really don't need to leave town to get the things you need. I mean, for one reason, everything gets delivered, but two, a very short drive, you'll find yourself at one of many different retailers that will provide you what you need, with the exception of Costco and Burger King, which is a long-running joke on Facebook pages.
Such a stupid joke. Like, how badly do you need to eat Burger King that you desperately crave a Burger King to be that close to home? Like,
it's probably good that it's not here for those people.
I guess. I mean,
I don't know. I guess if you're a fan of McDonald's and there wasn't a McDonald's in town, you would want one. So I guess I understand. I'm trying to eat less fast food like that, not more of it. But there are still certain things. So, depending on what ethnicity you might be, there might be some stuff that is missing, but it's really grown tremendously. Like you've got some great East Indian grocery stores now. You've got the Latino grocery stores. You've got
European.
the European one, Euromax up at James Snow there, which is excellent. And then different kinds of foods. You got the Portuguese foods now. You've got Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Indian, Pakistani.
What's your favorite place in town for sushi?
Sushi-Ya. We've been there before.
My answer would be the same.
It's hard to find. So it's basically at the corner of Martin Street and Main Street, and you walk literally, I don't know, 100, not even 100 yards north on Martin Street, and it's on the west hand side. It's what I would consider almost like a dive sushi place, right? Like it's small, it's kind of dark, it's hidden, it's pushed back from the road. But I had a huge craving because I love sushi, and my kids, I don't think they would eat it. Not even going to go there. And Natalie certainly doesn't like sushi. You and I used to go once in a while, but I don't know when the last time you and I had any kind of meal together, probably a year and a half now. Crazy to think that, right? Like we were going once a week for a lunch, just catch up and whatever.
Yeah. Especially being on Main Street, there's a lot of great options there.
Right. Yeah. We just walked down from the KT studio and got your pick of pretty well anything you want. So, which is what I love about the development of downtown Milton now is that. But let me just finish up with Sushi-Ya. So a couple of weeks ago, I had this huge craving for sushi. I said, you know what? It was a nice day outside. I was at the KT studio. I said, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to order. I'm going to go and pick it up. Because literally you walk in, you grab the bag, you go, right? And I ordered one of their bento box specials for lunch. Holy crap, man. I came back with literally two of the white kind of shopping bags full, like a huge tempura. So shrimp and sweet potato, and I don't know what the other thing was. There was a green salad. There were a couple of the dumplings, fried dumplings.
Was this intended for one person?
I guess. Like like it wasn't that much money. I think it was like $15-16 plus tax and tip. But then it had the sashimi. Yeah. So tuna, red snapper, shrimp, and salmon sashimi pieces. So I think there were 6 pieces of sashimi. And then, and I ordered because I like the hand rolls, and I ordered a spicy tuna or spicy salmon hand roll. That was really good, nice and fresh.
Yeah, I enjoy those.
I really like Sushi-Ya, and not to say that the other places are bad. I don't know. I just like it. I've never had a bad experience there. The fish is always spot on, nice and fresh. The flavors are there. Never had undercooked rice or any of that stuff. And it's for us, it's super convenient because it's just a few blocks from our office. So,
agreed. So if you were going, well, for me, for Sushi-Ya.
That should be their slogan.
Yeah. For me, if I'm going out for dinner, my general go-to is either one of two things, either fine dining. I enjoy fine dining, in which case it's often, I'd say in Milton, it's one of three. I'll go, Pasqualino's is kind of my go-to, and La Toscana. I've been there a few times, including once I went for a fun event where we did a wine tasting and pairing. That was really nice. And then I guess the other one would be Casa Americo across the street. So it's all on Main Street, all within a short drive, all within an easy walk. And then after dinner, you go for a nice walk in the evening downtown, stroll around. It's a great spot. Pasqualino's, I've always been a big fan. They're doing some great stuff right now. I mean, I'm sure lots of people are, but theirs I'm aware of. They're doing some great stuff with takeout and selling wine directly from the restaurant. And they're selling like raw, fresh pasta. You could take things home and make it yourself. They're doing a lot of really interesting things. But whenever I go there, my go-to for dinner is typically I am getting the lamb. I love the lamb at Pasqualino's. I've not found anywhere in town that has better lamb.
So, we're having this discussion during the pandemic, during COVID, where everything is kind of still, well, we're still literally in lockdown again. But typically, I think I was joking about that, we would have had Ian vlogging us for the day and gone out and had some of these meals. Now we just actually have to talk about and try and visualize it. But I like Pasqualino's a lot. I give them a lot of credit for how they've handled their business during COVID. I think I mentioned this in a past podcast as well, but like you said, they're doing stuff to take at home. At one point, they had a little shop set up within the restaurant. So you could go and do some kind of grocery shopping, so to speak. But their takeout is excellent. And then when you do have the ability, I mean, they did their renovation now several years ago. Huge improvement. They modernized it. It almost feels like you're walking into kind of the Oliver and Bonacini kind of feel to it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I like, that's the environment I enjoy. That, or at the opposite end of the spectrum is like pub fare. I enjoy a good pub.
You mentioned Casa Americo. We do go there often and take clients there. We take our employees there quite a bit. It's Natalie's favorite spot for, her favorite dish in Milton, period, is the Penne alla vodka at Casa Americo.
Yeah.
That's her favorite.
I imagine you make
you mentioned
a mean Penne alla vodka.
I do, and I can, but there's so many different ways to make that dish.
Yeah.
And so she asked me, I can't remember if it was her last birthday. I think it was. Maybe it was a special occasion. And I asked her, what do you want me to make for your dinner? And she said, Penne alla vodka, but just like they make it at Casa Americo. And with that, because you have a rosé. No,
you should have
no, man.
I picked it up.
I enjoy pasta. Is one of my favorite things to make. It's when I was in the whole culinary industry, that when I was working as a cook and as a chef, that's what I was specializing in, and that's the restaurants I worked in were Italian. So I enjoy making Italian food. And pastas specifically. I didn't make the pasta like the penne from scratch or anything. But with the Penne alla vodka, you've got a rosé sauce, and usually with that, you kind of make an Alfredo sauce for a Penne alla vodka. You kind of make an Alfredo sauce, and then you have your tomato sauce. So you've got two different flavors that amalgamate together, and then you've got your vodka, you've got
Some people use bacon, some people use pancetta, some people use smoked bacon or smoked pancetta, and it's all variables that can change the taste. And I thought I nailed it. Like, I mean, nailed it to a T. I thought it was even better than theirs. And she goes, yeah, it's great. It's really, really, really good. Thank you so much. But theirs is better. I'm like, come on. Come on. I felt that shit. And then what I realized is I ended up using Grey Goose vodka because it was the only vodka I had.
Oh yeah.
But Grey Goose, when you flambe it and the flavor is just a little bit different, you got to use like cheap vodka when you're cooking. I don't know what it is. To me, I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of compound difference in the vodka itself. But okay, so bars. A lot of people love going out. Wow.
One that's kind of a hidden one. It's not in the best location. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's the Marquee on Steeles.
That's not a pub.
No. I'm trying to cut in before you transition to pubs.
Sorry.
It's an interesting one. I've had mixed experiences there. The one thing I do love about it is the environment when they've got the piano.
Piano bar.
Yeah, when they've got the piano going. I love that environment. The last time I went, it was for a birthday, one of my birthdays. I don't remember which one. And I was pretty drunk, but it wasn't overly impressive from a food and service perspective. We had some troubles, but the atmosphere is fun. If you're looking for something different, it's not bad to try out.
You know, the one thing I got to say is if you have those kind of experiences, let them know. Let them know. You know, restaurants work on very, very small margins. They work on volume. They work on repeat and referral clients, much like us, right? Like we're in the same kind of boat, you know, small margins, higher volume, repeat referrals, the whole thing. And if you have a bad experience for whatever reason, even if you're a repeat client, you've been there 10 times and you've had 10 great experiences, and then your next time you don't have a good experience, it could be that experience that doesn't make you come back another 10.
Well, that's what it was for me. For sure.
As a restaurateur, you know, you got to let them know and let them give them the opportunity to make it right for you, right? Like if me as the restaurant owner, you've been there 10 times, and I don't know how many times you've been there, but you were there a number of times before your last time.
Yeah.
And, you know, a meal for 4 there, you're going to spend $200 to $300. You get a bottle of wine or two, an appetizer or two, a dessert or two, and entrees. You're $200 to $300, no question. That's a lot of money, right? So you got to have a good experience. And if you don't, me as an entrepreneur and me as a restaurateur, if you came to me as the owner of the restaurant, I'd say, hey, Adrian, you know, I'm really, really sorry you had a bad experience this time. Thank you for coming back this many times. Here is a free entree next time around and 50% off of your guest's meal as well.
Right.
Give us another shot. Come back. Ask for me specifically, whatever.
Yeah.
You would probably go back, right? So
yeah, for sure. Well, the nice thing with this too is that, and which is very much in line with the way we like to run our business and support local, is many, you know, these companies are I think all the ones we're talking about are owned by local Milton residents who are very invested in the town themselves. They own a lot of real estate, you know, a lot of Main Street buildings, stuff like that. So it's nice to support people that are within the community.
Well, I think that's...
Did you lose me there?
Anytime you're a small business owner.
Yeah.
Anytime you're a small business owner, you got to give back to the, well, in our case, I mean, we literally are engulfed in everything in Milton, our businesses, our children, our spouses, our homes, our rental properties, everything is Milton. So you got to give back to the community. I agree. Okay. Pubs. You know, one of my favorite pub foods. Okay. What is your favorite pub food?
Oh, yeah. I think my go-to is I mean, just the traditional either chicken wings or nachos. I mean, I like all of it. I love a great burger, which can be very hard to find. A good burger is hard to find, but wings is a go-to for me, and nachos. I enjoy those two not quite often, but very much.
Okay, so burgers, nachos, and wings. So I think those three for me are probably right up there as well.
Yeah.
100%. My favorite burger in town, it's going to shock you. I don't know. I don't know if I've tried every burger in town, but I love a good burger. Sometimes I get, why are you laughing?
There's so many places to get burgers in town. So I'm just laughing because I hope you've not had every burger in town.
All over the course of, I don't know, like.
That's true. 10 years.
Why is it that hard to think?
Longer.
Why is it that hard? Yeah. I think I have had pretty well every burger in town. I can't think of too many places where that they offer a burger that I haven't tried it.
Well, one place I haven't, I think you have, and it gets a lot of hype. I've heard mixed reviews, but you see a lot of hype about it is Kevin's.
Kevin's Hamburgers. Yeah. You know, a lot of people like on the, I don't know. I'll give them another chance, but didn't cut it for me. I don't know. Maybe I got it on and off. Well, now, you know what? Now that you mentioned it, I will give them another chance. I will go there in the next few weeks, and I'll, when the lockdown is lifted, I'll go there and I'll grab some lunch. Maybe that'll be our first meal together.
All right, we'll go and we'll rate the burger. Let's see what all this is about.
Yeah, so to me, it just tasted a little bit, I don't know, flavorless.
Yeah.
It was fresh-ish, I guess. I don't know. My favorite burger is the banquet burger at Grill Daddies. And Grill Daddies is known, and they just opened up their new location 2 doors down from where they used to be. So again, on Main Street. But they're known as more of a breakfast place, and they do very well for breakfast. Their breakfasts are nice, really good. The home fries are always spot on, and
they're big portions too. It's a big meal.
Huge,
every
huge
no matter what you
go
get.
there. If you go there for breakfast, and Natalie and I have gone there many times for breakfast on a Saturday or Sunday morning, you're fucked the rest of the day. Like if you eat that breakfast, you are KO'd.
Yeah, you're gonna crash.
You get into those comfy pants and go sit on your sofa and pull up, your Netflix or your Disney Plus or whatever the hell you're going to watch. You're done. You're KO'd. But what a way to go, right? Like if you're going to spend a lazy Saturday or Sunday, you go there, you have a breakfast. Man, that's a good way to relax. Get a good book or something. Anyways, they have an excellent burger. I was shocked.
I've had it. It's juicy.
Huge.
It's tasty.
It's tasty. It's big. It's nicely, it's got that nice sear on it on the outside. So you got that flavor from the grill. The fries are nicely seasoned. It's good. It's really good. Favorite wings in town?
Ooh. The Ivy makes good wings. Mm-hmm. So when I go to the Ivy now to get wings, I have one particular client that I used to go with regularly outside of COVID, and we would always get medium wings, breaded, but then we have them thrown back on the grill after they're cooked, and it just adds this little bit of char to them, and they are delicious. That's a really, really great spot for wings.
Turtle Jack's is known for doing that with their wings because they actually offer that in their menu. Not too many places, spell that out for you that you can have them breaded, sauced, and thrown back on the barbie.
Yeah.
Right. But that's a delicious way to eat wings. Like I love making wings like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you get that caramelization a little bit from the sauce, and it's
actually, now that delicious. I say that, another great spot is Rad Brothers. I haven't been out for so long. I'm trying to remember all these places that I've been to for wings. Rad Brothers makes really good wings.
They do?
They do, yeah.
I really enjoy the wings at oh geez, what is it? A Big Bone Barbecue / Wicked Wings, I think they're called. Big Bone on Bronny Street. It's in the plaza where La Rose is.
I've never been there.
Memphis Barbecue. Memphis barbecue.
Yes. I have heard good things about there. I've never actually been.
What?
Never ever.
Wow, I've heard, you're missing it, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if they still have it, but pre-COVID, I can't remember, Mondays or Tuesdays, they offer a special. I'm going to go onto their website right now while I'm talking about it.
I'm getting hungry.
I know, right? So they have a special where it's half rack of ribs, half a pound or a pound of wings, or 3/4 of a pound. I don't know. Enough wings, fries, coleslaw, cornbread, and baked beans. And it's a special they have. And the nice thing about their wings is they're smoked. They smoke them.
Oh, nice.
And they're real smoked. Not I'm adding some smoke flavoring to it.
Right.
They actually smoke them overnight. And I can't remember what their website is. I think it's like Big Bone Barbecue. Yeah, bigbonebbq.ca. Let's have a quick look here.
They changed their name?
No, like I don't know what they've done. In town here, it's Memphis Barbecue,
right?
But their original, I think their flagship. So now it's a chain or a franchise. I think their original was called Big Bone. Anyways, so the website is Big Bone Barbecue, bigbonebbq.ca. Trying to go onto their menu here and see. Anyways, their wings are really, really good. Their sauce options are quite nice, and I love a good smoked wing. Since I've invested in the Traeger, I have not purchased any wings outside of the home.
We tried to get we tried to get some to cook at home the other day, and everyone was sold out.
Where were you trying to get them?
Well, I say we. It was Alicia is doing the grocery shopping.
Right.
So we opted for chicken thighs and changed our menu.
No, it's not the same. You gotta
we made a completely different meal. No, but yeah. But for pubs, I'm trying to remember. I mean, there's Bryden's. I went to Bryden's once 15 years ago.
I've heard good things, actually. People say like Bryden's has decent pub food, like their fish and chips, their wings.
That one to me seems like probably the most authentic pub. And I've
never been in there. I've never once been in there, to be honest. And I feel bad saying this, but I'm open book. When I first started, eating and working in Milton, and even I used to go out. I mean, we were single at that time, so every day after work, we would probably go out. Like we went to the old post office when that was open. Remember, there weren't too many options.
No.
And Bryden's has been around forever, so they got to be doing something right. They've got a long following, like a lot of repeat business. I've always just been scared to go in. I don't know why.
I think funny.
Maybe it's the look of the building.
It's a bit intimidating.
Yeah, it's kind of maybe.
I get it.
Kind of one of those, to me, kind of shady a little bit. I don't know.
Sometimes,
but I hear great things about their food,
yeah.
so I got to give them a chance.
What was that? What was that place that used to be on Ontario Street, just on the north side of the railway, as you come up the hill? There's a little restaurant there. There's like a little pool hall.
Oh yeah, what was the name of that?
It was where all the punks used to hang out.
We used to go there once in a while, though, like with some guys from the dealerships.
Yeah, I remember going there sometime after work. Anyways, I can't. Oh, Charlie. No, Fitz Whiskies, or is that something else?
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe somebody watching that's been around. Maybe somebody that's watching that's been around Milton for a while will remember what that was. Charlie Fitz Whiskies, was it that?
I think that's what it was.
Something like that.
Anyways, that's an old one. Net Divines has been around for a long time. I felt like they went downhill a fair bit. Although I do like their rooftop patio. It's a really nice environment if it's a good day out. So I'll still go for that sometimes. But I feel like they've definitely declined in terms of my rating of where I would end up on a nice summer evening. And then of course,
I don't go there very often. I mean, every time the bartenders have been usually pretty good, but
yeah,
I don't know. I found the service there to be a little bit spotty. The food,
I think it's changed hands once or twice.
Yeah, I believe so. So again, another spot you might have to give an opportunity to. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago in one of our team meetings. There's a new place, which is so Goodfellas, the wood oven pizza place. I don't know if they own it or what happened, but they opened what's called Cluckers Wood Oven Chicken.
Yeah. Who opened this?
So
Sorry, I missed that.
I don't know if it's the owners of the pizza joint or what happened, but it's a really smart idea because they opened during COVID. Like this all happened during COVID that this spot opened. And super smart idea because now you opened up a whole separate takeout spot dedicated to chicken within this restaurant that portion of the restaurant would never be used right now, and probably like not too many people in Milton going to go sit down and have a pizza in the restaurant. I don't know, unless you're going to somewhere like Pasqualino's where there's lots of other options and they make that stone oven pizza, but Pasqualino's pizza is actually excellent too. But that chicken place, Cluckers, man, it's really nice chicken. Like they put it in the wood oven.
Yeah.
They marinate it. They put it in the wood oven. It's got a nice little bit of
like a rotisserie type of thing?
No, grilled.
Oh, grilled. Sorry. Okay.
Well, it's grill roasted basically because they put it on a grill pan and then roast it in the oven.
Okay.
Delicious. And the wings that you can get from them. Really, really nice. And it gives you another option. And then your side dishes, you get the coleslaw. Coleslaw wasn't that good. I don't know if I'm pretty sure they just, it's one of those slop bucket kind of coleslaws.
Yeah.
But the one of the sides is corn on the cob. And they put that in the wood oven as well. So you get that smoky flavor. Quite nice. And fresh cut fries. And the fries were quite good and seasoned nicely. So there's another chicken wing option. Nachos. Rad Brothers has good nachos.
I've not had good nachos in town. I've not had Rad Brother nachos.
What's your definition of having? Oh, there you go.
I don't know.
There you go. Go have some Rad Brother nachos.
I've had nachos at Net Divines and I was not happy at all. They were undercooked. Like I like nachos when they've got them all loaded up and then they bake them for an extended period of time. Like I want every piece of cheese melted and I want the chips to just fall apart when I bite it. I don't want a big crunch. I just want them to be brittle. So when I do it at home, I'll make my whole plate. I'll throw it in the oven for a good 15 minutes longer or 20 minutes longer than necessary because I want to have the chips toasted.
Yeah. And you know what I like with the nachos is when the cheese starts to crisp a little bit, like you get a little burnt pieces of cheese or crispy cheese. I love that. What kind of toppings do you like on your nachos?
I like them loaded. I usually like them with beef and then, throw everything on there. I like my jalapenos, tomatoes, lettuce, onions, mushrooms, whatever. I'll take it all.
Okay, let's run through some ethnic types of foods.
See, this is where I can't speak much. Not that I speak as much as you anyways, but I generally don't. I've been to, I'm trying to remember the name of it on Main Street, the Indian restaurant.
Bombay Bell?
Bombay, yeah. Bombay Grill. Is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Bombay Grill. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. I do like it. It's just generally that when I'm hungry, my mind generally doesn't say, well,
Their food is excellent.
It is.
Their food is really, really good.
Yeah. I think
What about Chinese food?
I haven't ordered it in town for a long time. When I used to, I would go to the Golden something on Main Street. I can't remember the name of it.
You broke up. I didn't even.
It's on Main Street. Go something Gold or
Gold. Oh, Gold City.
Gold City. Yeah, I would go there. That would generally be where I go for Chinese food.
That is my go-to for Chinese food as well. Pizza. You eat a shit ton of pizza. Don't tell me.
You know what? I've been on this big health kick over the last few weeks, and we used to get pizza weekly. Once a week, we'd order pizza, and sometimes we just stick with the Domino's pizza because it's quick and it's easy, and we usually decide last minute. And when you go with some of the other places that are a lot nicer, they take longer. But again, I'm really bad with names. Commercial Street. No, not commercial. Is it commercial? Luigi's. Yeah.
Luigi's?
Yeah. They, the first time I had it, I wasn't impressed, but I gave them another chance, which goes along with what we're suggesting people do. And I got it delivery, and we quite enjoyed it. And it was leaps and bounds better than Domino's. They took a while. They took, for delivery, it was a good hour at least when we ordered it. So that is obviously something to take into consideration. Just be a little bit more prepared to wait if you're getting delivery. But it was quite good. You and I ordered to the office once from Cluckers, that place. Goodfellows. That was nice. It was different.
Yeah, really, really tasty pizza. And there you get different topping options that you can't get at a normal pizza place.
That's what I like.
If you want a normal, pepperoni, bacon, like a Canadian style pizza or whatever, I actually do like Luigi's quite a bit. I think they have a really nice pizza. You and I sampled a whole bunch of pizza slices back in the day, and Pizzaiolo was one that continuously ranked quite high for me and for the rest of the staff. Everybody in our office.
I found it was good fresh, but when I ordered it takeout, by the time I got to my house, I wasn't impressed. It was like a bit.
Pizza's gotta be fresh, man. You gotta eat it fresh. Like even all this delivery, like Domino's. I don't know. Do you remember back in the day when Pizza Hut had their all-you-can-eat buffet?
Oh yeah, there was one where Rad Brothers is now.
Yeah, man, that was the best. They had the salad bar, and then you could have all the pizza that you wanted. I remember in high school spending that. That was like a celebration of sorts. You spent $8 on lunch, and went out and had the Pizza Hut buffet and skipped the next 2 classes because you couldn't move.
Yeah.
The pizza is always better fresh, of course it is. But my go-to usually, because I like their cracker crust, has been Domino's for delivery.
So I got that 2 nights ago. First time we've ordered pizza in a few weeks, and because we've been eating very healthy, Alicia's been cooking up a big storm of food and good healthy food, and it's been delicious. So it's interesting when you're on that train for a while, you're eating really healthy. So we ordered this pizza, and I'm like, my cholesterol is a bit high right now. I have a doctor's appointment in half an hour. I think that's probably why he wants to talk to me. So I've been trying to avoid cheeses because cheese is like my Achilles heel. I love cheese. So I ordered the cracker crust with no cheese and chicken. Yeah, no cheese, chicken, mushrooms, and onion. And I enjoyed it. And I went onto their website and looked at
cheese on a pizza.
Listen,
no cheese.
Listen, okay.
Like, how about a little crumbling of feta or something?
Nothing.
No cheese on a pizza.
I did nothing.
Let's end this podcast now. I don't know who you are, but
Listen, and then so anyway,
cheese.
so it was actually not bad. I went onto their website and I added up all the details because I'm using this MyFitnessPal thing right now just to kind of get a general gauge for what I'm taking in. And that whole pizza was only like 840 calories, which is quite low for a whole pizza. It's a medium pizza. It's a good size. But the salt.
Did you eat the whole pizza?
Yeah. Yeah. I was still 300 calories under my daily allowable. So I was doing really well.
Okay.
Because I had a good workout that day.
Yeah, sodium is killer.
Oh, it was
sodium
unbelievable.
Is the killer, man,
It was over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, and I could not believe how fucking thirsty I was for the rest of the day.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. That's why if you ever eat like Chinese food, especially because all the soy sauce and all the sauces and all that they put in there, but the two things that people I think don't recognize when having a healthy diet, because they're so hidden within foods, are sodium and sugars.
Yeah,
those are and that creates high blood pressure, high cholesterol, fatigue.
Yeah,
and throws your body way off from its expected or normal levels, right? So
yeah.
Not a surprise there.
No.
You got to treat yourself if you're doing well and you're eating well, and that's the nice thing about COVID. I think you see grocery stores are their income levels, their revenue has been through the roof in the last year because people are not eating out as much.
Well, and
I'm hoping that
it has rocketed the industry, like the delivery and home delivery industry exponentially, right? Like it's definitely, I mean, it's affected restaurants in a negative way, unfortunately, but it's also had a profound impact positively on these other industries.
Well, it's going to change the industry, and restaurants that are in Sleepyville and not keeping up with the times, they'll be in trouble. But look at these ghost kitchens now that are killing it, right? Like I've said it years ago that something like a ghost kitchen is the wave of the future, because
is that a restaurant that's just a kitchen?
Basically, you have one retail location, one storefront that serves many different
I see.
franchises, chains, restaurants, types of food, whatever. But then the kitchen is shared. So it's one big kitchen. It might be segregated to help the process.
So that's sort of like when you walk into when you kind of walk into a Wendy's on one side, Tim Hortons on the other side.
Yeah, but on a more micro scale, in the sense that you walk in, like it could. There's different ones now all over the world, but you walk in through one door, you see one counter, and above one spot of the counter you got Sushi-Ya. On the other spot of the counter you got Harvey's. On the other spot you got McDonald's or whatever. Not to say that they're all cooperating together, but
right. So just scaled down.
Taco place, you got the burger place, you got this, you got that, but it's those chains, those brands that are recognizable, right? So it's not just Adrian and Ariel went and opened up a restaurant that serves all these different foods. No, it's these chains and franchises that say, hey, we can't afford to spend $12,000 a month in rent, but we can afford to spend $12,000 a month in rent if it's split amongst 5 other chains.
Right.
So why don't we just share one big kitchen and push out food out of one kitchen? And maybe you're not serving the entire menu, concept. But it's
not going to appeal to every company, of course, because they all have their different.
Right.
Some of them want to have that nice atmosphere, whatever, depending on the type of food. But it's a neat idea.
You know who has a great sandwich in town?
Who?
Make Cafe.
Yes.
They have a really nice turkey and brie sandwich. I've enjoyed that. It's a panini. I've enjoyed that a number of times. I love a good sandwich.
Yeah.
I love a good sandwich. And of course, La Rose, they've got a lot of good sandwiches.
You used to always get their
hot
veal parm sandwich.
That's the one thing I think, and you know me, I wanted to open a veal shop.
Yeah.
Back in the day, not enough money in it to do it. Like, there's way too many hours for no money.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing I think is missing in town is a really good veal sandwich, like like California sandwiches.
Yeah,
they're amazing. I gotta say, the Main Street Eatery. There's another little spot for those of you that are new to Milton. No, the Main Street Eatery. I think that's what it's called. A little Italian food place, the corner of Main and Thompson on the northwest corner.
Never been.
I hope that's what it's called. Jeez, I can't remember. I'm going to look it up. They have a pretty good veal sandwich.
I'll have to check it out. I think I do know what you're talking about now that you say that. Is that near the burrito place? Or no, that's Ontario.
That narrows it down.
No, you're talking about Thompson, you said.
Thompson.
Okay. Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's called Main Street Italian.
Yeah. I've never been there, but I know people that order a lot of food there.
Main Street Donuts and Bakery, to be specific. 18 Thompson Road North.
That's funny.
Cash only though. So if you're going there, make sure you got cash. Their veal sandwiches are pretty good. Yeah, I got the veal sandwiches at La Rose because it's convenient and they're okay. Yeah, all right. I like La Rose's chicken fingers are excellent. They do a grilled chicken. So if you go there for lunch, you go to the hot table, for $10, you get a really nice meal, $12, whatever. And they do on grilled chicken. They marinate the chicken nicely. They grill it. They serve it with vegetables, rice, and the rice is nice. $12, really nice meal. I actually will, when I work a full, like when I come to the office at 6 a.m. and I know I'm going to be here until 9, 10 o'clock at night, I'll get one of those, eat half of it for lunch and half for dinner. It's that much food. That's good. Nice. Mexican food, tacos.
Don't know of any locally. No. You got to wrap it up too. I got to get going.
Right. All right, well, let's leave it on this. But if you had to recommend 3 restaurants for new Miltonians to check out, like food, whatever, restaurants, takeout, whatever you want to, food to eat in Milton, top 3.
I think you have to go to the Ivy Arms because I think that's just a classic. It's been in town forever and it's full of old time Miltonians. And I think that's just a great spot to go, just from a cultural perspective too, just for the town, anyways.
Great place to go have a few pints and stumble around downtown Milton for sure.
Yeah. Again, I'll always kind of revert to Pasqualino's. I think the atmosphere is great. You're on Main Street. The food is delicious. The service is good. They've got some great wine. And I've never used it, but they've got that really nice party room, or you can rent out that room downstairs if you've got an event. It looks like it's set up quite well. And then if you want to, what else are you going out for? Maybe to watch a game. I mean, I can't say Pretty Rad because I've never been there, but Rad Brothers is a nice one. I enjoy that. They've got a good selection of different types of food. And if you're going to watch a game or they used to do, and I'm sure they obviously will start to do again. They used to do bands that have bands in there, cover bands and stuff like that. Great environment, good people there, very friendly as well. Nice spot. That's mine.
Sounds good.
How about you?
Did you want my top 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy Pasqualino's a lot because I'm a very, when I go out and I'm talking now, sit down, like when things open back up, what restaurants are you going to go to kind of thing. And I'm very much the type, as you know, you and I have done it before. I can sit in even though they don't like it because you're not turning that table over from a restaurant's perspective, but I like to sit there and enjoy my meal, enjoy my company. I'll sit there and drink a bottle of wine myself. Um, have the appetizer, have the entree, have the dessert, the whole thing. And I've never been let down by the service at Pasqualino's. Everybody's always been very, very gracious and great hosts and good food, fresh food.
Yeah.
So that would be number one. I quite like La Toscana. You and I have eaten there a number of times. I've taken a number of clients there. I love oysters. It's the only place in town that has oysters on a regular basis. And I don't know, it's kind of cozy and warm in there. And it's
a great building. Very nice with exposed brick.
Yeah.
And, big wood
when you're in there,
beams.
you feel like you're in an Italian restaurant to me.
Yes. Yeah.
You go into Pasqualino's, it could be any type of food being served out of that kind of restaurant. In La Toscana, you're an Italian restaurant. That's the way it feels. So that would be number two. Number three would be a toss up of a number of places. I don't know. I don't know what I would pick as a number three. I'd have to give it some thought, but I quite like Casa Americo. So there you go. I'm going with 3 Italian restaurants. Surprise, surprise, all in downtown Milton. And Casa Americo, I mean, the owner is there all the time. He'll serves a lot of the tables himself. The food is fresh. It's quite good. Never had a complaint about Casa Americo. We took a couple of guys from our brokerage there, and they don't really eat in Milton much, and they had never been there. And then a couple of weeks later, they were like, "What's the name of the restaurant you guys took us to? Because we want to take some friends over there." So they liked it. They had the salmon dinner or whatever. They quite liked it. So those are all great. I will give a quick little shout out to the Grand Chalet and Tony Spaducci's, because if you haven't had Spaducci, it's one of my go-to foods in the summertime. I love to barbecue, and Spaducci, for whatever reason, is a high favorite in my household. The kids love it because they love meat on a stick.
Yeah.
And myself and Natalie enjoy it too. Salt and pepper, you grill it up and squeeze a little lemon juice on top. It's delicious. And if you go to the Grand Chalet, you can order a box of them. I highly recommend go there, get a box of Spaducci this summer, grill them up, salt and pepper, 50-50 ratio of salt and pepper. After they're done, squirt a little lemon on it. There you go. So episode 129. If you have a favorite that we haven't mentioned, or you want to give a shout out to a local restaurant, leave a comment. And here's what we're going to do. Adrian doesn't even know this. If you leave a comment on YouTube and you give a shout out to a restaurant and you mention your favorite dish at that restaurant, you're going to be entered into a draw. We're going to give away, I'm going to say $100. Is $100 good? We're going to give away a $100 gift card to a local restaurant. And let's do it this way. Whichever restaurant gets the most comments.
Sounds good.
That's the gift card that we'll give away. To be entered into it, just comment in the YouTube video your favorite restaurant with your favorite dish from that restaurant. That's episode 129. Not much of a real estate podcast this week.
You know why? Just to finish it off,
watching.
That it is a real estate podcast because that's one of the benefits that come with a growing town. So that's why the town has been sustaining such strong growth. All right. On that note, I'm going to eat some lunch.
Yep. Cheers. All right. Tim Hortons coffee today.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.